Alright, we're going to do some simplifying of this expression, which means we're going to carry out the multiplication that we can. We'll combine like terms, and we've got two terms here times two terms, so we should come out with 4. We get 1 by multiplying first term in this binomial by the first term in this binomial. So do 2 times 12 is 24. 24 divided by 3 is 8. That's how I would do 2/3. And then x times x gets you x squared. Then you got 2/3 x times negative 3y. And so that's going to be negative 2, and then x times y is xy. Since we don't know what either x or y is, we just have to leave them separate. Then we move to the second term in this binomial, 4y, and multiply it by 12x. And so we get 48, again, xy. Then we do 4y times negative 3y, get negative 12y squared. The only two like terms that we have are these, the xy's. We get 8x squared plus 46xy minus 12y squared. Alright, that was quick, so let's do number 37 also. So in this one, the difference between 35 and 37 is that 37 has an equal sign. This is an equation. So in the first one, there's no equal sign. We can't solve for x or y. We don't know what they are now because there's no equal sign there. But here we do have one, so we can solve for that. We just have to simplify first, and there's quite a bit. So let's start here. Try to start there. Oh, come on. Alright, there we go. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to distribute, and there's quite a bit of distributing to do. So 3 times negative 3 times 2 is negative 6x, negative 3 times 4, negative 12. Then we'll move over to the next one. We do 4 times 6, that's 24, and then 4 times negative x, negative 4x. And the last one, negative 6 times x. Okay, so notice I'm taking the sign there in front of the 6. Negative 6 times 7 is negative 42, all equal to 3. And now we can combine some like terms. There's 3 terms that have x's, so negative 16x when you combine all those. And then we add all these numbers. So this would get us 12 minus 42 would be negative 30. 12 minus 42 doesn't equal 0, it equals 3. I know you were worried about that, it's okay. Now that we've simplified all of that, we can solve 33 divided by negative 16. X equals negative 33 over 16. Okay, and now you get that answer and you panic a little bit because you feel like, oh, it's a fraction, I don't know if that's the right answer. So let's go to the calculator real quick and I'll just show you how you can do that. So if you get an answer for something like this, an equation with a variable in it, you can take that, your answer, which is negative 33 divided by 16, and there is a button in the bottom left here that says STO, little arrow. Press that and it gives you an arrow, and then hit the X button right next to alpha. And you are storing that value for X. And then what you can do is enter in that equation exactly the way you see it. Okay, and so if we know what X is, that X value, when we plug it into the equation, should give us 3. And so you just hit enter, boom, 3. And so you don't have to wonder if you did it right, you know that that's the right answer because that value, when plugged in for x, gives you 3 as the output.